So next up on the punch list is we've got to install a couple tabs. It's a simple little project, but you want to get them, straight to each other, and we need to have the correct center to center. So I've taken and pre-milled these little tabs based on some math that I did some simple measuring, and we know what center to center these need to be at. They need to sit about 1/4 inch below the frame rail, but we want to have them, straight to each other, and we don't want one too far back and too far forward and all of that. So in order to make tacking and welding these things true to each other, parallel to each other, I'm just going to take this flat bar and I'm going to make a simple little jig that these will bolt to with a 1/4 inch spacer, and then that will hold these in place, and then we can tack weld them and they'll be nice and straight and parallel to each other. About 24 inches ought to do it. So I'm using just some washers for spacers, and we need at least 1/4 inch or slightly more, and we can always shim the radiator up, but we don't want to be too tall to where, because the radiator's not going to go down if you've messed up on the height of these tabs. So we're shooting for more, so we can always shim. All right, here we are for an initial fit. I did, as mentioned before, I did cut these brackets a little bit long because don't want to add material, I'd rather take it away. And my initial fit is showing that I need to take more material off. So I'm gonna head back to the milling machine, take a little bit off each one, and then refit it. I got a center line marked, and then we know the distance from center line to the tabs is 3/4 of an inch. So I've just got this metal bar on here, so we have a reference point that we can measure from, and these tabs are ready to tack weld. So we'll do that next. Okay. All right, so one of the next steps is we're going to mock up the radiator, and then we're going to set the motor and transmission in. So it's time to unbox the Johnsons Radiator Works cool aluminum radiator. So here we go. Nice. To cut and fit the engine frame mounts, we drew up in CAD a side view of the mount. Then we printed a few copies to determine the angle and distance from the hole to make the cuts. The tricky part of this is that the frame rails narrow as they move forward, making our cuts a compound angle. Once the cut lines were determined with paper and scissors, we marked the mounts and proceeded to the bandsaw. We used a grinder to fine-tune the fit, then did enough weld to support the weight of the engine. So after much fussing and fooling with angles, compound angles, we finally got the engine mounts tacked in place. Beautiful, nice pieces. Progress, love it. Pop the clutch, see if it'll start. Got that baby up in the air, that's for sure. Little mock-up action. So today our rear tires came in, the correct diameter. We're shooting for about 28.5 inches in diameter. But we thought we would go wider. And what's a hot rod without nice wide rear tires? So you can see the difference between our, well, maybe you can't, but the difference between our roll-around tires, which is a decent width, and our new tires that are a taller diameter is about almost an inch wider of footprint. So that's going to require mini tubbing the rear body. So on this side, you can see that the tub, the inner tub sticks past the frame quite a bit. So it has room to move in, and that's exactly what we're going to do to be able to stuff more rubber in the rear fenders. Here you can see this is where the frame edge is, right along there. So you can see how much that the tub is that way. So we're just going to move that tub, this wall, almost flush with the frame, and that'll give plenty of clearance to the inner tire lip, and that way when the suspension articulates and you go crooked over a driveway, no big deal. You'll have plenty of room. Well, there you have it. We got our first mock-up with the tires that we plan on actually using. We're gonna run 19s in the back, 18s in the front for the staggered look. We'll have a little bit more sidewall. This tire will be a bigger diameter than the front. And of course, the 32 will have the proper rake, as we like it. So as you can see, need to narrow up the rear end. Fortunately for us, we've got an adjustable tube rear end, so we can dial it in the width just perfect. All right, it's time to unbox the gas tank from Tanks Inc. As we need to mock it up on the back as part of our body mock-up process. We've got some clearance issues to make sure that we're avoiding with the upper coilover mount, which sits just in front of the gas tank. We want to make sure that we're putting it in the right place. All right, let's go. Okay, here we have it. What a nice looking piece. So the Tanks Inc. gas tank, we had to do a little massaging to make it clear the body. Sand a little notch right there. And then back here, on the frame rails, it was a little tight on the flange, so we sanded that back and did that on both sides and did that. So now the tank is set in there. We learned early on that the tank, yeah, you gotta put the tank in first and then put the body on. It's the easy way to do it. The spreader bar comes out, but it's really tight. So we just decided this would be the better way to do it. So we're ready to put the body back on, and away we go.